just looking at some simulation results, I've just downloaded them from the website and brought them up. This one is for the classical econ games, so we can have a look at the question itself, which are instructions in this case. We're playing Prisoner's Dilemma, that's the ID, and the instruction was just to cooperate or defect in this question. So you'll note that this agent here, agent 4, usually had about 20 completion tokens, about 400 on average prompt tokens that go into the query, and the average actual costs were less than 1 cent for agent 4. Now agent 4 here is playing the role of a person that takes up this profile, so 18 to 29-year-old female, trade certificate, this personality stack, and so on, and has the temperature of 0.5. Again, temperature being this unexpectedness or randomness. If you want to know a bit more about this particular parameter, go have a look on the OpenAI website, particularly in the API documentation. It's essentially randomness or unexpectedness of the model. Just noting that, like in previous simulations, say this one here, which was to the simple survey, we did actually have some refused responses due to high temperatures, particularly above 1. Essentially, it just means that the model refused or was unable to provide an answer that we expected. So we had to retry 5 times, and still after the 5th attempt, the model did not respond in the expected way. So rather than throwing that away, we just say, hey, yes, acknowledge that yes, no, we did refuse. Humans can refuse as well, or return nonsense answers. So we don't get rid of them, we just record them somewhere else. Maybe you want to rerun the simulation later to turn these from uncompleted to completed, maybe. Or maybe you're just interested in comparing completion to uncompletion. It can mean also just one of 2 things. Could be due to this rate limiting, high temperatures, or it could be that GPT refuses to give this predefined answer according to our instruction. So we've had a bit of a look at not just a simple survey, but some more complex experiments and economic games, and then also some really complex decision-making scenarios and vignettes where we answer multiple questions relating to this one question. We've also listed out some other potential applications in the concept tab or our white paper that you can have a bit of a look through, but I'm sure that you guys will come up with a lot more smart and interesting applications over time. So yes, we can look at survey data generation, maybe using this simple sample surveys, or say the world value survey, or other surveys where we're looking to test human values, and we can compare agent responses to human responses. Maybe we can play allocation games and other resource allocation tasks, say from economics, public good games, bargaining games, so on, which we've also demonstrated earlier. We can get into these multi-stage scenarios and other sort of cognitive psychology decision-making tasks and vignettes, looking at other decision-making processes, memory, so on. Through those multi-stage scenarios, we can also look at, say, simulation of social interactions, group dynamics, communication patterns, and so on. We can artificially simulate the responses of, different agents. So in this case, we're playing the role of B, but A, that's our artificial simulation of what A has offered you. So you can start to think about social interaction simulations. Given person A responded in this way, how are you going to respond to that? And when you think about these complex scenarios, multi-stage and so on, where we need to make multiple questions relating to this one scenario, you can even think about having the model maybe fill in, all of these blank spots, XXXX, get the model to respond as if it's the employee or as if it's the customer in this experience. Maybe do that instead of having them answer a list of questions. We say, fill in the blanks. We can start to play this social interaction game. Again, this transfers over to consumer behavior analysis pretty easily. The same with policy impact. We simulate reactions to some proposed policy or changes to regulations. And again, risk-taking scenarios, other health-related decision-making, and just generally any sort of taboo, challenging, or sensitive topic areas that human research participants might be less likely to answer honestly and transparently to. Agents, in our case, do not seem to have as much of an issue answering questions around, say, mental health, addiction, religion, faith, immigration, and so on. So again, if you're looking for other applications, check out our white paper for the concept tab. Also have a look at our previous videos and examples where we're looking at these, say, service marketing examples or classical econ examples.